Yeah. All right. So we got a new Snoot game, fan game in the works here. We did Hold On to Me last one. This one's Devlog, a postmodern college experience. So we'll play it out. It's a demo, maybe a short stream, like an hour and a half, maybe to 2 hours. I don't know how long this demo is. We'll see. Oh, wait. Wait. Why is this? Quit. Yes. Does that quit the whole game? Damn it. Alright, give me a second here. Start. Alright. Starting it over. You know, I never was too keen on the idea of going to college. Sure, it might be nice to go, but what for? I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I still don't. Not really. And practically speaking, my grades limited me to only certain professions. I wasn't going to be a surgeon or some nuclear scientist, that's for sure. But I knew I still needed to do something with myself. Else my parents would drag me to the nearest Army recruitment office. There we go. We'll get a few of those. So I applied everywhere I could. The place I really hoped I would get into was... Alright, what do we got here? Cave Way Institute for Digital Arts, Arthur University, Volcano Tech, Stego Tech, Culinary School. Yeah. It's not the best cooking college a person could hope to go to, but not the worst, so long as Gordy Rapsy stops making fun of my quiche line. Then I feel like that was a success. I even sent a few applications to some of the fancier colleges, even if it was more of a joke. One of those joke applications was to CCC, Cretaceous College of Computing. The punchline is that CCC accepted my application. I'm not sure who was more surprised, me or my parents. After looking into it, it turned out that apparently a bunch of humans won some big court case about unfair enrollment practices in the higher end colleges, or something like that. So now they're all scrambling to get as many humans in their school as possible. Hell yeah. Well, I sure wasn't going to look a gift horse in its mouth. Especially not a full scholarship with boarding and monthly commissary allowance for any store on the campus shaped horse. So here I am, on a bus heading straight to the CCC campus, with only a duffel bag's worth of things to my name. The driver interrupts my thoughts. We are now arriving at Cretaceous College of Computing campus. If you're getting off, please remember to take any personal possessions you have brought, as well as any trash. From all of us at Blue Albertosaur Busing, we thank you for choosing us. There we are. Another faceless anon. What are we going to be named now? Oh no! You got trampled first day. Hate crime, sue. You don't have to go to college. You'll live off the fucking settlement money. Rude. No other humans. Figure there'd be more than got the same scholarship. Oh well, maybe they took the other bus or got here early. Cretaceous College of Computing loomed before me. It was wide, big, mostly squarish. Boring to look at except for the many palm trees and other plants over the place. The starting place for countless success stories. If you can do well here, then you've guaranteed success in life. At least that's what their brochure said. I squint against the sun, taking in the sight of students milling about. My hometown was populated by mostly humans. I've never seen other dinos before, but not. I've seen other dinos before, but not this many at the same time, same place. Their scales shimmered in hues that my hometown's limited palette could never have imagined. I wonder if they think I'm an oddity. The lawsuit thing was about no humans going here. Maybe this is the first time they've even seen a human. There are only dinos in this town, as far as I know. Some raptors in Letterman jackets snicker as they pass by. The excitement that had bubbled within me during the bus ride now gives way to an unsettling apprehension. Okay, I'm calling bullshit. Here's the Letterman thing. That's the freshmen, the first 2 months, 1 month into college, walking around with their high school letterman because they were captain of their football team, which is immediately prompted by, well, are you on this college football team? No, then no one fucking cares. And then that asshole stops wearing their high school letterman. And I, for fuck's sake, never seen a college letterman while at college. So, fuck those people. I try to shrug it off. I was told someone would be here to greet me, but as minutes ticked by, nobody came. I scanned the crowd again, looking for any signs of a welcome committee, but I'm only met by indifferent gazes of pterodactyls chilling on some benches and a Spinosaurus chatting admittedly in groups. Then a green parasaur cuts through the throng with a purposeful stride. His eyes are creased with annoyance. I don't know who's reflecting the sun more, his gelled golden hair or my bald head. His expression is sour enough to curdle milk and approaches with an air of someone who has far better things to do. Developer. His voice has an authoritative ring to it that makes me stand up straighter. That's me. Oh, we're Dev? Okay. I try for a smile. I'm the student union president, Elliot. He thrusts a stack of papers into my hand, schedules, maps, and pamphlets. The dean made me your welcome committee, but I have a million other things I need to do, so let's get this over with quick. He pulls out a paper from his pocket and begins reading it. Hello and welcome to Cretaceous College Computing and blah 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 blah. He actually says the blah blah blah. I feel my eyes getting bigger as he keeps talking, trying to soak in all the info he's given me. We are happy to provide young and underprivileged humans such as yourselves a chance of becoming your best selves, blah 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 blah. I'm not much value, sadly. It's not much value, sadly. The papers you have been given include detailed descriptions of all our facilities, a map of campus, your schedule, blah blah blah. He seems to be scanning the paper, only to put it aside. Look, I'm sure you can figure this all out on your own. I sure hope you can if you're planning to make it here. Do you have any questions? Like I said, I need to get going. What? I realized a moment too late as I blurted that out. His claws tapped impatiently on the top sheet, pointedly not remarking to my very insightful response. My eyes dart across what turns out to be my schedule. Most of it seems normal, but music theory, advanced world history. I don't remember picking these. He gives a confused expression as he grabs my schedule and looks over the page before going through several other papers. May have been a mix-up. What major did you pick? General studies. So undecided. With a roll of his eyes, he tosses my schedule back. So you're the one that... Elliot shakes his head. This isn't a community college. You're supposed to have a major. We don't have a general studies course. Well, we didn't. Somehow no one noticed the issue until 2 weeks ago or something. They had to scramble to throw one together before the semester started. All for you. Well, that's a promising start. Well, if that's all, I'm gonna get going. He gives what could be best described as a sarcastic way before walking off. Wait, You barely gave me any information at all. How was that any orientation? Hey, where are the dorms? Who do I talk to about changing my classes? Are there any human-specific resources I should know about? Thanks, you were a lot of help. A lot of help seems sarcastic. We're not going to do that. Finding out where I'm supposed to live is a good one. Let's go see where we're supposed to chill. So, he seems annoyed. So, sarcasm and the race card probably shouldn't be on the table. So, let's do changing my classes or the dorms. We seem more concerned about our class schedule. So, let's do that. Turns towards me, but continues walking away backwards. Talk to the dean, but unless you have a good reason, you're stuck with him. And with that, he's gone. Great. I am left amidst a sea of strangers. I'm going to take a wild guess. If I selected the dorms, he just would have went, it's on the map, and then just fucked off too. So, there's that. Actually, let's do something. I'm going to drag me here. And then, yeah. And then, yeah, that's better. Boop. Now we got that. All right. I should probably start finding my dorm, but the map looks to be useless. It is made up of nondescript boxes with little dark lines indicating roads are passed without any details or landmarks. Yeah. How is anyone supposed to find anything with this thing? Whatever. How hard can it be to find one building? No. We're back. With the sun falling towards the horizon, my spirits fall with it. Years of gaming and surfing obscure websites have given me absolutely no useful abilities at deciphering these symbols on this so-called map. I check it again, trying to convince myself that I was going in the right way. Yet, looking around, I find myself right back where I started. Shit. I'm not even sure how I managed that. Huh. A loud whooshing noise makes me look up just in time to see a blur of red and blue heading straight for me. Watch out! Ow. What the? Sorry. The dinosaur entangles himself from me and stands up, extending a clawed hand to help me up. Didn't see you there. I take his hand, whistling as I get back on my feet. Yeah, clearly. The dinosaur in front of me is a pterodactyl with red feathers and a sheepish grin. He rubbed the back of his neck, looking genuinely embarrassed. Sorry about that. It was practically gliding until they didn't see you walking my path. You think you could maybe... Wait. You think you could maybe practice somewhere that's not right in the middle of campus? His wings dropped a bit, his grin faltering. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Are you okay? Did I hurt you? My shoulder hurts, but I'll live. He looked relieved, but still concerned. Let me make it up to you. Need help find something? You look kind of lost. I'm Theo, by the way. Dev. And you could say that. I'm looking for the dorms. The dorms? Didn't orientation show you all that? By orientation, you mean dumped a bunch of papers on me, then bailed? Then no. Well then, lucky for you, I'm an expert navigator, so consider me your personal tour guide. Theo clapped a wing on my back, almost knocking me off balance. Come on then, I'll let you. Let's find your place. With Theo's guidance, the cryptic map started to make sense. He pointed out various landmarks that could be found on it, a statue here, a particular gnarled tree there, and eventually we found our way to the dormitories. That's the common room, great for all-nighters. Common room's great for all-nighters. There's the laundry. We recommend going there early if you don't want to battle with the washer. And here we are. We reached what looked like the right building, 2 stories of brick and stone, standing sentinel at the edge of campus. Theo pushed open the heavy doors with a flourish. This is it. What's your room number? I double-checked the paper. 482. We navigate through a massive collection of dinosaurs milling about, talking with their friends. 478, 480. There, 482. You're home away from home. The room was larger than I expected. 2 beds on opposite walls with desks beneath lofted bunks. Guess this palace all yours. Seems so. Lucky. Maybe they saw who they were rooming with and bailed. Theo shrugged off my self-deprecation joke and with an uneasy smile. Their loss. More space for you. Besides, who needs roommates when you got neighbors like me? We're neighbors. Well, no, but I'm only 1 floor down. That's practically neighbors, right? Well, can't argue with that. Do you have a roommate? Duh, everyone does. I gesture to the other half of the new room. Almost everyone. What are they like? He's an acquired taste kind of guy, but grows on you eventually. I toss my bag onto the nearest bed and glance around the empty space. It's the douche who didn't give me the orientation. I'm calling it. Place is kind of depressing as it is. At least I have the place to myself. I like my space. In any case, I should get some posters up or something. Guess I won't be having any arguments about decor, considering the lack of another being capable of voicing their opinion on what the room should look like. Hey, you still hungry? Cafeteria food isn't half bad if you know what to avoid. As on cue, my stomach roars. Starving. We walk side by side, my stomach growling louder with each step towards the cafeteria. Inside, the hall buzzes with 100 conversations, the scent of sizzling meat and overcooked vegetables heavy in the air. I didn't expect it to be this lively. Shh. Wait until you see the feed frenzy during finals. So, you been here before? Yep, 2nd year. Oh, neat. I take a look at the prices next to the stuff on the menu. Sweet Raptor, Jesus, $5 for a single bottle of water, $7 for small fries. Well, crap. What's up? I knew the prices here would be bad, but not this bad. I'm running on fumes here, financially speaking. 1 meal's gonna wipe me out of the cash I have on me. I think I'm just gonna hit up a vending machine. Gotta wait for the allowance to kick in. Theo claps me on the back. Don't sweat it, my treat. I can't let you do that. We've only met. I don't like the idea of owing a stranger. Theo gasps dramatically. A stranger? After all the bonding together we did? Finding your room, entering your room, exiting your room? Finding the cafeteria, entering the cafeteria. He laughs too. I feel a knot undo inside of my chest. Socializing. Not that hard, right? But no, I get you. You know how to read? What kind of question is that? Yes? You can pay me back by helping me out with my next history assignment. Can barely pay attention during class. I guess it's a fair deal, but I don't know. You seem genuine, but I can't reject the offer. Not like I have. He seems genuine. Alright. I hesitate, the weight of my wallet, or rather the lack of it, pressing on my mind. Theo's offer was generous, but something about accepting it didn't sit right with me. Appreciate it. Seriously, dude, but I'll manage. Gotta learn to survive on a budget sooner or later, right? Theo raised an eyebrow. You sure, man? It's really not that big a deal. He doesn't seem to be accustomed to being denied this way. I feel extra bad for him. And for me, but I can't accept... Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back. Alright. Take the deal. Deal with. Come on. Fine. Yes. Thank you. But I'll pay you back as soon as my allowance comes. Don't be stubborn, Dev. We already have an agreement on. Plus, you've got no idea. But you'll end up wishing you hadn't sold your soul for the lunch meal. That makes me pause. What kind of history assignment does this guy have? I was never super great at history. I just enter some sort of fustian deal for a sandwich. Well, aren't all friendships something like that in the end? I'm not that experienced on the topic, but I relax and I follow Theo to the lunch queue. We walk over to get our food when I notice there are 2 servings marked herbivore and carnivore, respectively. The herbivore side is full of leafy concoctions, towering salads, steamed veggies, and grains in every flavor. But then there was the carnivore side. Burgers, bacon, sausages. Theo heads straight for the carnivore section, grabbing a tray and piling on a little bit of everything. Checking out what they have, all the meat looks overcooked and all the vegetables are drier than the freaking desert. So much grease. I've done better work back on my crappy kitchen stove. Still, I keep my mouth shut and grab a handful of anything that looks okay and end up on the medium filet mignon with a side of Caesar salad and a small bowl of creme brulee. Theo has already stacked his tray with various meats by the time I join him in line. He has a huge drumstick in one hand, nibbling on it as we move forward. Dang, you got your plate looking fancy. Fancy? You can grab more if you want, I don't mind. No, I'm good. This is all I could find that looked even edible. Sure, okay. He shrugs and continues eating. I take a bite of my meal with one hand while the other holds the tray. The food tastes slightly bitter because it was a gift. No matter the supposed payment I'd have to give in form of helping Theo with his schoolwork. For all I know, he might just be messing with me about how bad his history assignments are. In any case, the food finds a way to battle past bitterness and fill me with comfort, and so does Theo's happy mood. We reach the cashier, and Theo flashes his credit card for both our meals, gesturing for me to follow him to find seats in the crowded dining hall. We maneuver through the crowd. Theo leads me to a quieter corner with a girl with spiky hair and spikier clothes sits alone. Her eyes glued to a laptop screen. A half-eaten sandwich lies forgotten beside her. And there's my amazing, awesome, beautiful sister, Rebecca. The dino slaps her head towards Theo in an angry snarl. Her fangs are even spikier. Theo, I swear, I don't want to meet another one of your new. Her eyes flicked up briefly before staring at me. I should probably say something. Hi, I'm Dev. Smooth, Dev. Real smooth. You're human. An uncomfortable laugh escapes my mouth. Last I checked, is that an issue? No. And with that, she turns away. Her fingers are already dancing across the keys. I sigh. Don't worry. The fact she's even talking to you means she likes you. Judging by the absolute death glare she's giving Theo, I question whether that's true. You don't really see humans here, or even in town. It was like that even last year. Really? Yeah. You're a bit of a rarity at CCC. I remember Elliot's comment about me being the only human here. Huh. Did no one else apply to the same scholarship I got? Well, no one really seems to care if that is the case. People have far more to worry about than some random human walking around. Harsh, but fair. Despite her comments, her gaze remains fixed on her screen. The steady click, click, click of her typing somehow cuts through the noise. Try to focus on my food, but my thoughts keep drifting. It was weird to be sitting here, sharing a meal with 2 near strangers, one of whom seemed as though she'd rather be alone, and another who couldn't wait to spend the rest of his day dragging me all over campus. I've never really been this far from home before, and this is going to be my life for the next several years. So Dev, what brought you to CCC? Scholarship. Really? That's sick, dude. Lucky you. What's the scholarship for? Are you some kind of genius or sports star? He gives me a playful nudge. For being human, I think. I don't really understand it myself, to be honest. They both look at me with confused expression. I looked it up, and it seems something to try and get more humans in these fancier colleges. There was even a big lawsuit about it. You're the only one here. I know, I mean, it's weird enough no one else got the scholarship, but you think even without it, there would be more humans here. Not really. Dinosaurs are just better suited for colleges than humans. Rebecca. It's true, our memory and attention span better. Makes cramming for SATs and entry exams a breeze compared to humans. I don't think that's true. It's not, she's just messing with you. Am I? Right. Well, it doesn't help that it's also different here, and I don't really know anyone. They'll last momentarily confusing me. You know me, and you know Rebecca, and we're saying we're no one? He nudges his sister with an elbow, but earns only an annoyed glance. No, of course not. Well, there's more to college than just meeting people, isn't there? Making friends is just the beginning. You'll find your groove, dive into projects, before you know it, you're part of the fabric here. Rebecca finally stops typing and looks up at her brother with a scowl. He just met us, so stop acting like we've known each other for years or something. I mean, she isn't wrong. It's still kind of rude. I don't mind Miss Grumpy. She just gets like this sometimes, but she doesn't mean anything by it. Stop acting like I'm not here. I'm not a child. Becca, your warm, fuzzy welcome is exactly why I brought Dev here. Want him to feel right at home. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is to not let that college scare you. You'll find your way. Becca snorts but says nothing. Rebecca, don't let her scare you either. Theo, if he runs off because of me, he isn't going to last long here anyway. She seems... Actually, I don't know what to make of her. She has been focused on her laptop nearly this whole time, typing up a storm about something. Not a good angle to really see what it is, and I don't want to see like I'm spying. Maybe I should just ask. Good icebreaker, even if she doesn't exactly seem like she likes me. I'm gonna be nosy. Ask what she's writing. So, what are you writing? Rebecca's eyes flick up wide for a moment before turning into a sharp scowl. Mind your own business. Okay, guess I struck a nerve. I shrug, focus back on my food, but I can't help but feel a little stung. I'm just trying to make conversation. Theo's done with his plate, wiping his mouth with the back of his hand. He leans back in his chair, eyes catching mine for a moment before they shift back to Rebecca. He gives a sly grin. With cat-like stealth, Theo slides up behind Rebecca, peering over her shoulder. The Chimera launches themselves at you once again, wreathing mass of bodies holding you in place. The strength of a half-dozen arms finally overpowering yours. Rebecca's cheek flare red as she whirls around, shoving them away. Theo, get out of my stuff. Her voice is half an octave higher than before. Ah, don't be like that, Becca. I was just getting good. She glares at him with enough intensity, something I didn't read it fast enough. She glares at him with enough intensity to start a fire before flickering him on the snoot. Ew. It's not for you to read, or anyone else here for that matter. She slams her laptop shut, her gaze now fixed on the table between us. I can't help but feel a twinge of guilt for having sparked this exchange. I clear my throat. Well, I thought it sounded pretty cool. I didn't mean to pry. Rebecca shakes her head, and after a moment of hesitation, reopens her laptop. It's fine, just forget it. As I poke at the last few crumbs of my meal, a new face suddenly strides up to our table. It's the asshole. Raptor, Jesus, those assholes can't give me a moment of... I'm gonna have to give you a voice, aren't I? You're gonna be a reoccurring character. I'm not sure which one of us is more confused about the other's presence. Elliot, what's up, man? Have you met Dev yet? Finally breaking off his stare, Elliot's face drops with a grimace. Of course, my newest friend would also happen to be friends with the guy that left me to get lost in campus. All things considered, it makes sense that the overwhelmingly friendly Theo would be friends with basically anyone. What the hell is he doing here? He was invited, unlike you. Rebecca coming up to my defense surprises me. She must dislike Elliot more than she dislikes this random human her brother dragged along. So you two do know each other. He was the orientation I mentioned to you when we met. Really? You know he spent like an hour trying to find the dorms, right? You really just left him hanging? I gave him a map. Elliot. Look, I had stuff to deal with. Gay stuff. Elliot. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Damn. Well, the important thing is that you learn from your mistakes. Sure. Thanks, Dad. Anytime. Why are you even here? Because Theo texted me he was eating, and I always stay here. Unfortunately. Truthfully, I'm still a bit annoyed about what Elliot pulled. However, not only has this conversation already moved on, but Theo's eyes light up like he's just had the best idea. I think it's time for proper introductions. Theo, we've all met before. Yeah. What is this, elementary school? Nah, this is different. Dev's new here, it's only fair. I glance around the table. Despite his enthusiasm, it's clear he's the only one on board for this. Not to mention, it's a bit childish. I mean, I already know your names. Theo waves a hand dismissively. He points to himself with both thumbs, grinning. I'm Theodore Chase, but you can call me Theo. Second year here at CCC and future creator of the next big indie game. Her dad is a Microraptor and her mom's Pterodactyl, which I take after both of them, which is why I look all funky. A genetic freak is what you mean. You're just jealous you don't look after Dad. You only look after Dad. I like meat, video games, programming, FND, Let's Plays, and I think that's it. For all the hassle he caused about introducing oneself properly, he sure gave the rest of us very underwhelming presentation. Yeah, I give it 6.5 out of 10. Sufficient, but won't be entering any list for the best of anything this year. He looks to his sister. The glare he receives response can melt steel. Elliot is just picking at his food, seemingly ignoring Theo. Finally, he turns to me. I don't want to do this. Crap. Come on, guy. Show these two how it's done. Don't hold anything back. I would prefer not to. Save space, Dev. You can always be honest with us. Please throw me a bone. You can't leave me hanging after revealing all my darkest secrets like that. It's becoming increasingly difficult to say no to the guy. Fine. Tell them everything. Well, I'm Deve Loper. As you know, I'm a freshman here, and I got a scholarship for reasons that are still beyond me. Not exactly sure what I'm doing here, but to be honest, I like games, tech stuff, but there's no grand plan or anything. I guess you could say I'm sort of winging it, which sounds really bad out loud now that I'm saying it. Back home, I wasn't exactly, well, let's just say social circles and I didn't overlap. The fitting in part of life has always been a bit of a challenge. And here, well, it's like you said. Oh, hey, you're definitely from literally everyone else. Wait. And here, well, it's like that, but with a side of, oh, hey, you're different from literally everyone else. So there's that. Honestly, sometimes it feels like everyone's got their act together but me. Like there's a secret of life that everyone knows but forgot to tell me about. Okay, that was really took that everything to heart, huh? Yeah, thanks for trauma dumping on us. It was great. What has he done? I zoned out for a moment. I think he was messing with us. Whatever. Alright, I forgot to add. I'm human? We noticed. Are you? You actually asking us if you are? No, I just, because he... Never mind. There's a moment of silence. Rebecca sighs, and that kind of disappointment you hear from your parents when they tell you they're not angry, but again, disappointed. It's just as discouraging. Theo looks at Rebecca and Elliot expectantly. Come on, you know you wanna... Come on, both me and Dev did it. Fine, if we'll get you off this bit. He clears his throat rather sarcastically. Hello, class. I'm 23 years old and my name is Elliot Reddington of the Reddington family. Nothing, really. I look around to find both Thea and Rebecca are also looking at me. Wait, was I supposed to know who the Reddingtons are? People typically have a reaction when they find out I am a Reddington. I shrug. You know, like the real estate company. What about Red Origin, the freaking space company? Cool story, brah. Rebecca seems to have lost interest in the conversation, but Elliot and Theo continue to stare at me. I shrug again, thinking how much I'd rather have the earth swallow me up right here, right now. Whatever. That's all you get. Okay, that was good. Rebecca? She sighs. You know my name already. You know I'm his sister. And that you're a fast typer. Rebecca stares at me, bemused. That too, sure. You know that. Guess I'm done with my presentation. Right. Well, you're all no longer strangers. Small talk fills the rest of her lunch. It's still awkward, but maybe not as much as before. It's mostly Theo driving the conversation, with Elliot occasionally jumping in with a sarcastic remark or two. Rebecca stays mostly quiet, only offering a word when directly spoken to or when she has a sharp comment. I find myself chiming in more than I expected. We talk about classes, professors known for their impossible exams, and the best spots on campus to grab a midnight snack. It's all pretty mundane stuff, but it feels good. Normal, even. Maybe Theo had a point after all when he forced us through those introductions. As the cafeteria starts to empty and the noise level drops, Theo slaps his hands on the table, startling me. Hey Dev, you want to come over and play some games? I've got a pretty sweet setup back in my dorm. Elliot, if I come out for it. Elliot nods, grinning. Yeah, he's not lying. Well, except about being his. The games are mine, the TV console are his. Rebecca snorts. Only reasons to ever go to their room. Oh, so you're the acquired taste roommate. The what? Theo blanches, Elliot looks alarmed. Rebecca simply snorts again. I hesitate, but only for a moment. It sounds like fun, and honestly, I could use a break from all the stress of today. Yeah, sure, that sounds great. Awesome, you're gonna love it. Theo, Elliot, and myself shuffle into their dorm room, while Rebecca goes off to do her own thing without saying goodbye. I asked Theo about it, but he said she does that when she's had her fill of socializing for the moment. Their room mirrors mine in size, but feels entirely different. Posters of old school video games plaster the walls, and there's a vibe here. two vibes, actually. So we got a Jurassic Park knockoff poster. We have a Nier Automata poster. We have a Pulp Fiction knockoff poster. We have something I don't notice there. Okay. Okay. Energy drink. Energy drink. Tissues by the bedstand. Shame on you. No gooning. Alright. Elliot's half is meticulously clean and everything in its place, while Theo's side is a storm of sketches and scattered game cases, where one can't even take a step without looking down first. Well, I guess you can try walking in blind, but stepping on those cases would just be as bad as stepping on a Lego. If not for Elliot's tidy half, I wouldn't know the color of the floor. I'm not sure if I've ever seen anything that demonstrates the duality of order and chaos so perfectly. Theo grabs a couple of controllers and tosses one my way. Get ready to get schooled. Elliot settles into his desk, chair, swiveling to face us. I join, but I've seen how this ends. I'll enjoy the show. Theo launches game I recognize, but I haven't played in a while. Hyper Punch Sisters. Everyone in middle school had it. I think we even had a fighting game club where it was the only thing anyone played. It's all quick reflexes and strategies. Two things I'm decent but rusty at. I choose We're gonna do well-rounded. We dive in the first match, and Theo's character's non-stop flurry of movement, twitching back and forth or randomly crouching. I may be in my head over here. Okay, warm-up round doesn't count. I'm grateful for the mulligan as I try to shake off the nerves and focus on the screen. There's a rhythm to the game that feels familiar even when you're out of practice. A pattern to attacks, dodges, and counters that you start to feel more than you think about. Elliot watches us with an amused smirk, calling out pointers that are half helpful, half trolling. The match ends with my character face down on the virtual battlefield. Theo whoops in victory, but offers a good-natured nod. We play a few more rounds, all of which I lose spectacularly. Not bad for a newbie. I'm not. Used to play this all the time. I was one of the top players in my middle school. Rough. Ah, well, you'll shake off the rest eventually, I'm sure. I'm less convinced about that than he is, but I nod anyway. What other games you got? He motions to the floor all around him. Loads. Name it, I probably have it. Got a bunch downloaded too. Do you have Rock Ring 3? We could play co-op. No, I don't. Oh, well maybe. But I do have MGC. Isn't that broken? Nah, they fixed it. We should play Rock Ring Harvest though, way cooler. Personally, I would prefer 3, but Harvest is also good. Anything but 4. Oh, Raptor, Jesus forbid 5. I can't help but voluntary shudder. That's fine. Elliot, you joining now that I can whip your butt? Yeah, sure, a mission or two. The room hums with the low buzz of the console as it springs to life, the screen flashing a familiar logo of Rock Ring Harvest. The bombastic orchestra of the opening theme fill in the room. It's been a while since I played Rock Rings. I'm going to assume this is a Halo. Yeah, I'm assuming they're just playing Halo. Yeah, and that's why they want to play Halo 3, because Halo 3 was the GOAT. Alright. But I still have nostalgic memories about this franchise. Theo's animated as ever, while Elliot sits more reserved with a spark of anticipation in his eyes. We dive into co-op mode. Okay, guys, which difficulty? Hunter or Gatherer? Both of those might be a bit advanced for Dev. We should do what our Weaver... I played this before. Pick Hunter. Oh, watch out. We've got a badass over here. We charge through the first few enemies with surprising ease. My shots are a little off at first, but it doesn't take long to find my groove. I may have played lots of HPS, but I breathe Rock Ring. Theo's character bounds ahead fearlessly, sometimes too much so he gets taken down more than once. Elliot plays far more defensively, always behind cover and only using precision weapons. Watch out! Thanks to his call out, it only takes me a split second to spot the group of enemies ambushing us from the side. I swivel my character and open fire, the controller vibrating in my hands with each shot. Theo lets out a whoop as he tosses a rock at a large enemy's face, killing him instantly. Rocks were always a bit OP, but that's just part of Rock Ring's charm. By the third mission, we're perfectly in sync, moving as one unit through the map, covering each other's backs, and sharing ammo when it runs low. The game score swells around us, a soundtrack to accompany us victory after victory. Not bad for a human. Question mark. I hear a ping from Elliot's direction. His face sours as he checks his phone. Damn it. I gotta leave. Now it's like 10 p.m. Where are you going? My parents are here. I was hoping to avoid this, but they want to meet up with me before they leave. Is that why you've been all stressed all day? He doesn't answer, simply shrugging. I'll probably be gone for a few hours, so don't wait up. The door clicks shut behind Elliot, and the room suddenly feels quieter, even when the game's action-packed music still playing in the background. Theo pauses the game and turns to me, his expression shifting from focus to something more thoughtful. I assume I'm better off not knowing? Theo shrugs. Family dynamics can be complicated, even more so when your parents are big-time CEOs. There's an awkward pause, but thankfully Theo fills it in soon enough. You know, I've always wanted to make games, not just play them. I accept the change of topic with a nod. Who hasn't dreamt of making their own game? I want to create the next big something, not just for fame, but for a new mechanic or system that pushes the old industry, you know? His expression and tone are serious, but I can tell it's not because of what happened with Elliot. It might have just started as a change of topic, but clearly this is something he cares about. I think I do, yeah. He leans back against his bed frame, arms crossed over his chest as he looks up at the ceiling. It's like this big dream I've got. What about you? Was making games always just a passing interest or something more? The question catches me off guard and I pause for a moment to think. Like with so many others, the idea of making my own game has crossed my mind more than once, but I never stopped to think about why I'd want to make one. Honestly, I've never really thought about it. It's definitely never been about becoming rich or famous or anything like that. So I guess if I had to say anything, be about the same as you, you know, creating something and leaving a mark in the world, something lasting. Theo's eyes light up, his energy shifting as if he's just donned an entire pot of coffee. Down, damn it, damn it. All right. Really? He's practically shouting, nearly knocking over a soda can in his sudden enthusiasm. I nod. Dude, we should totally do it. The guy can go from 0 to 60 and nothing flat. Whoa, slow down, man. I laugh, trying to temper his excitement with a dose of reality. I mean, it'd be awesome. This is a lot to put on someone you just met. Shouldn't you ask Elliot? Or, you know, someone you know is able to contribute? Even I don't know what I could bring to the table. You tried before, but... Nah, forget about that. Listen. We share the same passion, right? We both love games. We want to make something amazing together. I can't help but smile at his conviction. It's infectious and sort of makes me believe that maybe, just maybe, we could pull something off like this. Yeah, heist. Let's pull a heist. And even if not that, it might still be fun. We do have similar interests, But is that enough to start? Dude, great games start development with less than that. But where would we even start? What would it even be about? More importantly, how would we even make it? Don't worry about that. I've been programming since I can remember. I knew I should have learned to code for real the first time an internet rando told me to. Yeah, I told you, don't worry about that, man. All I need to know is what it is, and I promise I can make it work. Which, as for what, it can be an epic adventure, chill walking sim, or something. Anything. There's just details we can figure out along the way. Theo claps his hands together in delight and a grin stretching across his face. I lean back and run a hand over my bald head. The idea is wild, but how could it be? His sister's gonna be the writer in her little fan fictions. Theo continues to rattle off ideas, barely pausing for breaths between each new thought, but my mind is too focused on the practical problems to pay them enough attention. Eventually, it starts to get late, and I head out, promising him I'll think about it. As I leave Theo's room and walk back towards my own, the halls of CCC are quiet, but given the storm of problems and potential solutions that's raging in my head, that suits me just fine. I'm no programmer. Heck, I've never designed anything more complex than a custom character in a game's creator menu. And yet, as I walk down the corridor, my mind races with the possibilities and doubts. Making a game with Theo? The thought is daunting. It's not just about coming up with an idea, but building it from scratch, debugging it, stuff I know nothing about. But Theo seems convinced we can do it. It's not completely impossible, I guess. You do read about a viral hit of a game that's made by one guy every now and then. And half of those have graphics that look like a child made them. And have some royalty-free music as its soundtrack, even if that. If it's both me and Theo, then we have like twice the chance of success, right? But then there's the time commitment, the effort, and what if it fails? What if we spend months on this and nothing comes of it? What's this? Huh, weird. College is already going to be tough enough without adding game development to my schedule. I open the door to my dorm and flick on the light. The room greets me with emptiness. I really need to get some posters or something. I pace around the room. Pros and cons begin to ping pong in my head. Pro. It could be cool working with Theo. His passion for this is certainly infectious. His passion for everything is infectious. Con, I've got zero experience. What if I drag us down? Pro. If we actually pull this off, it could be amazing. A real achievement. Con, it's risky. Games flop all the time, even those made by professionals. Man, college is supposed to be about figuring out your future, not jumping headfirst into some crazy project on day one. I glance at the empty bed on the other side of the room and stare at it for a while. There's silence. This late in the night, not even the other students seem to be making much noise at all, and I'm left alone with my thoughts. I'm alone, period. Flashes from my brief time with Theo and Elliot appear in my mind. I realize in the last 24 hours I haven't given any one thought to my life before CCC beyond thinking of my parents, my indecision, and hobbies. Not one name from high school pops up in my head. I've been alone for a while, haven't I? But not this afternoon. I wasn't alone with Theo, Elliot, Rebecca. That was fun. Maybe. Add another item to the pros and cons list. Pro, it'd be fun. I need to sleep on this. Maybe things will be clear in the morning, or maybe they'll be exactly the same. I still have no clue what I'm doing, or what I'll want to do. Don't tell me that's the end of the demo. Damn it! Damn, that was an hour. Cool. Well, that's fine. I like the tone of this one. I like the characters, the way they're designed so far. Hopefully we get another update, because I actually want to continue playing this. Alright. Well, that's a quick stream. I just wanted to jump on, play this, and then I'll get it out on YouTube. Good night, everyone.